Hey, my name's Rio,
My name's Justin.
and today we're going to walk you through my new song, Call Me.
Call me when you're getting ready, baby. I need.
So let's go through a couple of the elements that we actually kept from the demo. This was something that we tried to recreate in post-production, but we just couldn't match the same vibe. There were just so many elements that really got us into this song, and we couldn't replicate, so we just carried them over to the final production, and we wanted to break down exactly how we polished those up and made it into the final song. So let's hop on in and show you guys what that looks like. So a couple of the elements here that we actually did via voice memo here in this exact room. Just sitting here, collaborating on ideas, working fast. Rio said, hold on, let me just track this really quick with my phone. So one of those elements was the whistle here that you hear throughout the song that acts almost like a lead. So let's go ahead and solo that out, all polished up in its final form.
So again, this was just a melody that I kind of heard in my head, and anytime we're recording, anytime we're making music, we always open the door to be able to whistle, hum, sing, do anything melodically so that we can really find the best melody for the song. And so I heard this melody and I decided to whistle it, and it just fit very well with kind of the ambience of the song.
Yeah, and so showing what that sounds like in its voice memo form, let's go ahead and take all of our plugins off aside from the tuner and show you what that sounds like. So it's going to sound exactly like an iPhone voice memo. Kind of loses all the vibe, but let's go back through and show you exactly what we added on that. So starting off with a gate, just to clip some of that room noise out of there, some of that dead space that doesn't need to be there. We have the 76, just doing some basic compression there. Pretty fast attack to get that real punchy in the mix. CLA vocals, because what's new? It's Rio Wiley. And then we had some wider on there to throw that thing out to the sides a little bit, almost like a chorus effect. Space designer, a little bit of reverb, EQ, just to get some of those real sharp transients from a voice memo out of there to make it sit a lot smoother in the mix.
I thought my voice memo was pretty damn good.
So he thinks. We have the de-esser on there to polish it up, and then little waves harmony on there just to throw it a little thicker. All right, and now we have it all in the mix, polished up, and sounding like this. So that's how we took a voice memo and got it polished up as, again, almost like a lead throughout this whole song and within the context of the mix. Taking out the lead vocals, just letting it be instrumental, you can really hear that thing shine.
It actually works really well because what we found out through this process is that you can actually put any sort of voice memo into a song, and if you know how to mix it correctly and add the correct plugins to really bring it to life, you're kind of maintaining the authenticity of the first recording of the song, and you're also being able to polish it to bring it to that radio ready level.
And honestly, shout out Apple. Like, they put great technology. We all pay way too much for iPhones. We know that the technology's in there for a great mic. So it just takes a little bit of post-production polishing, and you can make that work.
All these voice memos can be used in your song professionally.
To that point, another voice memo we actually use just for the sake of working quickly. It takes, a couple minutes maybe, at least in this setup, to get a guitar DI'd and, leveled. So we just said, let's go quick while we have the idea fresh, and used a voice memo to track acoustic guitar. And as you see here, it made it into the final chorus, but again, with a little bit of post-production, a little bit of polish. So again, as it stood originally, this is what that guitar sounded like. So like I said, shout out Apple. Great as is already, but could use a little bit of polish. Little EQ to shape that thing up. 76 just to do some compression on that. CLA, guitar, and then EQ. Really not a lot of heavy lifting on this because it sounded great as is, but just a little bit of polish to get it mix ready. And again, within the whole mix of the song, you can check that out.
Yeah, it's insane to me. I've been recording for 10 years now doing music, and the fact that we can incorporate our voice memos from our iPhone into our songs is incredible.
And again, take a listen to this whole chorus without those guitars, and you can see that we were just missing this extra ingredient to take it from like a 9 to a 10.
So in that version, you can see the synths are doing a lot of the heavy lifting of the melody, but the guitar comes in kind of as an underlick and just lays this awesome foundation.
Yeah, there's like almost this gap in the low mid area that just needed to be filled. And of course you could do that with vocals. We could have done some extra vocal production to fill that space, but to really drive the energy of the song, and I mean, we wrote this in the summertime, it felt like a summer bop. We just wanted that extra bit of bounce and guitar and texture. And so all together, layering that voice memo in, we get the full sound.
Why don't you go ahead and bring in the vocals and give them a little taste of this song?
Yeah, let's
which
show 'em
comes out tonight as we're recording this.
Showing off the full production with vocals and everything heading into the chorus. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of taste of that whistle layered with the vocals heading into the chorus.
'Cause every word you said, I played it back. Every moment that we had, I want you back. Call me when you're getting ready, baby. I need to feel you, don't keep me waiting. You got me stuck in my head going crazy. Take a look, my time when you call me.
I think another couple elements worth shouting out here, which kind of made the cut in the last, I don't know, week or so of the production, were some of these vocals, or auxiliary vocals, I guess we can call them, some of these woos, one of these yas that kind of pop out throughout the song. They're very, almost not noticeable, but when you take them out, we just lose a little bit of energy, and they're almost just accents throughout the song, but checking those out, these are great ways to just add a little bit of, I guess, texture to your songs, but check those out here. Just those little bit of energy throughout the song, I think adds a little bit of life to the chorus that I think is more felt than heard. But again, with the vocals in there, and again, pay attention. I think you're really going to hear them now.
Call me when you're getting ready, baby. I need to feel you, don't keep me waiting.
So I think that's a great way to throw in a little bit of life and vocal chops to your mix without crowding your lead vocal. And it's funny enough, we actually forgot about this vocal chop, which we took from Arcade, hence the name. But as we were doing the final mix, I lost it. It just got buried in there. And so we started bringing it up, and it got us both excited. We're like, oh shoot, this was something that was in the first, I don't know, 5 to 10 tracks of this overall idea when it started. And so soloing that out, you can check that. Really just gibberish, but melodically really, really cool. And again, when we layer that with the lead vocals, it sits super, super well. So check that out with the harmonies, the lead vocals, and all the auxiliary vocals here.
Call me when you're getting ready, baby. I need to feel you, don't keep me waiting. You got me stuck in my head going crazy. Take a look, my time when you call me.
So this is a great way to layer up your vocal productions without just stacking more harmonies, stacking more leads, which of course you can do. There's a right place and a right context for that. But here with this kind of, like I said, summer bop we were writing, it just felt really nice to add some of these vocal accents, vocal chops throughout the song.
Another thing is I'm a solo artist, and so when I'm singing, all of my harmonies are my own, all of my vocals are on my own, and so when we are able to kind of take some other people's vocals and influence them into the song, it really brings the song to life and makes it feel like more than just a solo artist. It makes it feel like a full experience and a full band, which I really love about this song.
100%. Any other elements here worth calling out that we should dive into?
Well, another big part of the song is that it was semi-inspired by Lizzie McGuire. We were actually writing this song, and I think what happened was we wanted to like have some sort of ad-lib or some sort of one-liner that kind of went with the idea of having a crush on someone and wanting somebody to call you because you have a crush on them. And so I think we started looking up videos online that's had somebody talking about calling someone, and we stumbled across a clip from Lizzie McGuire, the 90s Disney Channel show.
Yeah, and being both 90s kids, like, it just spoke to us. As soon as we heard it, we're like, we both knew instantly that's the one. And when you have that idea, that light bulb moment of like, that's something, you just got to run with it. And so we took it and we threw it in here. And like you said, we just knew without this, the intro was missing something. And you can hear what we were coming from.
Originally, we were going to maybe like have a vocal lead in or do something like "I love it when you call me" and do my voice again. But I think after we found that voice memo, it just added this other layer to the song that made it feel larger than life. It made it feel more than just a acoustic bedroom pop song. It actually made it feel like it was part of a movie.
I hate to use the word cinematic because the song is not really cinematic, but it almost puts you in another place. It takes you to this scene, so to speak, where you can picture what's going on. You hear this Lizzie McGuire conversation jumping right into the chorus, and you feel like there's a whole scene and a scenario going on within 5 to 10 seconds of the song starting, which is so important in this attention economy where people are going to listen to the first 5 songs or 5 seconds on Spotify, Apple Music, and decide if they're going to listen to the next 3 minutes. So doing that, I think, really got people hooked in. And so with that Lizzie McGuire sample, you can check out what this intro now sounds like.
I'm not hanging up first. You hang up first.
Call me when you're getting ready, baby. I need to feel you, don't keep me waiting. You got me stuck in my head going crazy. Take all of my time when you call me.
Miranda? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
Putting it, I think, before the chorus and right after the chorus was almost like this full circle book ending where you started the song on this kind of a cliffhanger, I guess, so to speak, and then you rounded out right after the chorus with kind of the continuation of it right into Rio's verse, which I think was really genius to hook people in the first 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I think one thing that was really cool on this vocal, which again is very buried in the mix, almost unnoticeable, is the way in which we kind of did some post-production on it to make it have some movement. Of course, we could just have this on a delay that says, yeah, yeah, yeah. But adding this little bit of ping pong delay, I think really gives it some extra movement, which if I solo this out, you're really going to notice it. So check that out. So that little bit of left-right bounce and movement, I think just keeps the energy up, keeps the listener interested, kind of guessing what's coming next. So again, within the mix, we can try that out.
You can barely even hear it, honestly.
But we take that off, and I think it just gets a little less interesting. In fact, let me do this without vocals so you can really let this shine. So we'll take out Rio's vocals. We'll play that with the ping pong delay. Let it shine a little bit brighter. So you can really hear that movement here, but then when we take this off, it's just going to be straight up the middle, not having that movement, not having that energy. Almost gets lost instantly. So this bit of ping pong delay keeps it alive, keeps it moving in the mix, and a little bit more noticeable.
We took that and we put it into the song and made it incredible.
Don't be afraid. Use your voice memos. Use your original ideas.
We'll talk to you soon. We're Burner Music Group. See you later.
Thanks so much.